Hey, you all know what time it is. It's Lisa Lampanelli, and it's time for the Losers with the Dream, featuring me and, yeah, two other guys, Nick and Bo. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I'm the star. Are you kidding me? They do nothing without me. Losers with the Dream. You're listening, so who's the actual loser? Now sit back and enjoy Losers with the Dream. Or don't enjoy it, or don't even sit down. Shut up, burn calories.
Hello, welcome to the Loser with a Dream podcast. We are losers. And Lisa almost made me fuck this intro up.
Oh, Lisa made me. I'm making your career, you little bitch. like really, honestly, where would you guys be without me? Please.
Home.
I know. Yeah,
on Bumble.
I know. Oh, that's what's so gross. Next time we're going to talk about maybe some of that Bumble crap with Bo, but let's leave it out right now. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you, I did read his phone, Nick, and it was so gross. Some clam wrote to him, I have a swimming pool. And then he's like, oh, just tell me when it's summer, I'll come over. And then she's like, oh, we can find another way to get wet. I swear to God, the bile was rising in my throat. I almost projectiled. I said, I can't. This
Bo
is
was
why
like, I'm going to
not
come over and empty your pool out with one splash. I'm going to do one cannonball and your pool's going to be empty.
Wait, hey, Nick, that's really mean.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Okay, go give your intro, bitch.
All right. First and foremost, go give us a 5-star review on iTunes. You could follow us on Spotify, on YouTube, and Losers with a Dream on TikTok, and she runs it, so it's not great.
Look what I have to work
She
with.
does great on it, actually.
No, I don't.
She knows more about it than fucking
Listen,
we do.
you know with the TikTok, it's the kids enjoy it. I'm 60 years old. I shouldn't have to worry
Night
about
blindness.
this. Oh, you're bullying
My
me.
night blindness?
I know. I can't drive in the dark. I have to have my nieces and nephews drive me around from now on. Go ahead. I've been bullied right now, which is
have.
kind of a precursor to what we're going to talk
Oh
about
my
as our
God.
main segment. But wait, there's more. Go ahead, Nick.
That's really it. Just subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram. You can follow myself at Nick Scopes. You could follow her at Lisa Lampanelli. You could follow him at Bo McDowell Comedy and find him on Bumble. Okay,
That's right.
Please
This
don't.
guy is a hit.
Yeah. Find out
You
how
want to get wet? Here it is, man.
I'm the guy.
I can't even imagine a woman. No offense, but I can't imagine a woman getting WET for Bo. I can't even say it. I could say
That's the meanest thing that's been said,
Is
I
that
think,
mean?
so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry, Bo. I'm
wait.
out of order. This whole courtroom's out of order.
I'm going to bring it back to order. Now, listen. We're going to get into our first
Topic.
segment.
Oh, there's
Bo,
segments.
are you out of practice?
Oh,
Are you?
my
I
God.
was sick this week. It's
Oh
been
my
hard.
gosh.
I'm playing the
And
victim.
then we decided
Yeah,
to come
you
to
are.
New York.
I know.
We don't feel good. Let's go to where everyone's dying.
I
Anyways,
know. Oh my God.
it's a good idea. So we're going to do our first segment, which is the mental health check-in.
Yes.
Now, mental health is important to
Very
the world,
important.
but also to us here at Losers with a Dream LLC. Okay?
Is that a thing?
Yes, it is, actually. $400 in our account,
That's
baby.
right.
What we doing for the
Yeah.
Christmas party this year, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Anyway, so we don't do scale 1 to 10 because that's boring. Okay. We will compare it to something, a movie reference and a literature reference.
There's
and,
songs.
songs.
Maybe like a song that we heard once.
Like really deep introspective stuff. And that's what we do.
Can I
here.
just
Yeah.
edit what I said before and said instead of saying I can't imagine a girl getting WET for Bo, I can't imagine it for either one of you. After listening to all this, I'm like, yeah, no, dry as the Sahara.
Dude, I'm
Dude,
wet.
chicks
Anyways,
dig us, dude.
Oh,
we're getting our
Lord.
mental health check-in. Who's going first?
Well, let's do it in level of like in order of importance.
So I'll go first. Got it.
Okay. No. The headliner goes last. I think I want Bo to go first because he's, mostly
heaviest.
the one who's, the one
All
who's
right.
most mentally ill. By the way, I don't think it's fair that he was talking about your girth so much.
I thank you.
Because you know why? I've been very sensitive lately to the bullying topic since we decided to talk about it today.
Yes.
And I did notice, though, that out of insecurity, I worry that you didn't wear your black pants because you have your kakais on. And your kakais are nice, but are you so, like, are you like...
Well, I haven't bought in the new black
Boughten?
pants.
Boughten?
I haven't.
You went back to your old waspy ways, huh?
I haven't bought in them. It's I haven't bought them yet.
All right.
You're the worst.
Went to Harvard for 6 weeks.
Oh, come on, but Boughten isn't a word. I know how to spell. Oh, my God.
Anyways,
All
this
right.
is my mental health this
Oh,
week.
God, I hate him.
If I could
Interject.
Thank you for coming up with another word.
No problem.
So this week, I feel like Aerosmith.
Because somebody saw you do comedy and said, dream on.
No! That would be so mean.
Dude, look like a lady.
No, because I'm back in the saddle again.
Oh,
that's
my
right.
God. In what
That's
way
right.
and what horse is allowing you on him?
You going bareback?
I'm back on the apps. I'm back on
Uber
the
Eats,
Tinders.
Grubhub. He's on all the...
Farmers Only, Grinder. No,
Yeah.
I am back on all the apps, and I'm back, checking my DMs.
All right, so wait a minute. Let me ask something. I'm really proud of you,
Yes.
but here's the deal. So for those people who this is the first time they're listening, you had a girlfriend for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Now, she
Yeah.
and you broke up, which is being kind because she broke up with you because you didn't have the balls to break up with her because you're a pussy Irish donkey who doesn't break up.
Okay. Yeah.
So, how long did you take to mourn this 2-month relationship?
3 days.
Okay, that's not enough, but that's okay. I just want to warn any girls out there
3
named
days and
Ashley,
3 guys later.
Ashley, Kaylee, Emily, anybody with a Y at the end of your name, don't date him yet. He needs some time to heal.
No,
But
I mean,
did you
listen,
actually, this is
he's
what I
stupid.
want to ask. Did you take some time to at least feel your feelings and not just run headlong into a new clam?
I did. I felt sad for a night.
Okay.
So it wasn't a long enough relationship that I thought it didn't really need like a lot of mourning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like even the breakup was very like amicable and like that should have like we shouldn't
Right.
be doing this anymore. It's not working. Right. So yeah, I think I had my moment of like, and it wasn't even sadness for the relationship. It was more sadness of like, oh, I'm alone again. You know what I mean?
Right. So basically loneliness.
Right.
So what do you think you guys, why do you think it didn't work out other than the fact that she was definitely, we all agree, too good for you?
Yeah, she was the tops.
She was a what?
She was the tops.
Yeah, definitely. No, she was a good lady.
She was a good lady, no harm, no foul, as they say. But I think she was a little too masculine of a lady. You know?
But you asked her to peg you, though.
That is true.
She was interested in doing that.
Oh,
Wait, what?
She did, yeah. Now it comes out.
It makes
Now it comes out.
that does
Dude, I
not.
want to peg
Yeah.
you with my real penis.
Okay. Yeah, but no, she was a bit masculine of a chick. Like she had her shit together, and she was like very
And you do not.
opinionated and
Don't
very.
like that. I can't stand opinionated
And she was a
clams.
little judgy on the comedy front. Like when
that's
I
a
was doing
tough
sets,
one,
she'd be
dude.
like, "Well, I don't really like the way you talked about white women in your act," and it's like, well, that's
So you would rather women
Jesus.
voice displeasure about your comedy the old-fashioned way by just going boo, because that's what I do at your show.
Like they do in bed.
yeah. No,
This
I mean,
sucks.
But I think, I have noticed a pattern with you that you do tend to go for like the girly girls.
I do. I like that.
And that's cool. I mean, it's just like type. You know,
Yeah.
you're allowed to like what you like.
Yeah.
So when you see these chicks on the apps,
Yes.
what attracts you first? Would it be big tits or a tight box? No. But you have sense that you're like more girly girls is what you're noticing now?
Yeah. I'm talking to a new one now after 8 days, and she seems a little bit more girly. Like she seems a little bit more like my speed, a little ditzy. She's a teacher. I mean, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Listen,
I
how much do you
appreciate
have to
that.
know to teach?
That's right.
If you're a second grade teacher, you go A. All you got to know is the alphabet.
The
This
third
ain't-
grade
It's
education.
not smart. Wait, so let's reenact your text to her. So what do you say? Go ahead.
Hey, So I'm going to the studio tonight. So I,
Oh my
know,
God.
we can't hang
so
out.
Cute that you do that. I'm so excited. I always thought I could have a podcast with my friends.
I bet you could, you funny gal.
Oh my God, I could. Like, here's the problem though. We would just sit around and we just are laughing the whole time.
Oh, you clams love to laugh. That's nice.
Yeah. So you like that giggly, silly girl shit?
I do, because they're dumb and it's fun. It's more light.
They're
like
dumb.
This one was not
You mean
dumb.
your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, my ex was she was a smart potato.
No,
this
she
one.
really was.
You know, like she had a good job. She was medically trained.
Yeah.
Like
She owned toilet paper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
that was a
she was a
lot.
badass. She was a badass.
Yeah.
You know, so like, and I think she had her shit like, maybe just a little bit too much together, and I'm too like not
Stupid,
together.
yeah.
So all right, man. Why don't you?
No, wait, I'm
No, the
proud of you,
bullying
man.
is getting a little tough over here.
I know. We'll address that later. But I am
Because
proud of
he's
you.
feeling something about himself.
Yes. Oh my God! We're getting vulnerable now, are we? Well, I'm proud of you.
You learned that in a meeting or something? I'll
you-
make the coffee.
I'm glad you moved on.
Yes.
I don't expect you to ever find anyone to love, but you might as well keep trying.
Yeah. We got to keep going.
But like they say, they're all the wrong one until there's the right one. But I
Yes.
don't imagine the right one ever happening. So, Nick,
or
what
the
about
left
you?
one.
Oh.
What about you there, Nick?
Oh, how am I feeling? So my mental health, let me tell you. I don't know what I'm doing, but if this is your first time listening, you know that I have a job where I wake up very early. Okay, sleep is my love language, quite honestly, and lately I've been needing a lot of it. Okay, and I woke up today. I slept through my alarm, which never happens. That's how I know.
Holy shit. Did you miss a training session?
The guy 6 a.m. he barely ever shows up, so it wasn't even that big a deal.
Okay.
So if
But
there
did he
was-
show
if
up today?
If
Okay.
there was a day to sleep through, it was today.
Good.
So
good.
I'm like, okay, I did it. But I got a little bit longer sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like Aladdin. Because it's a whole new world!
Oh my God. I'm so happy you didn't culturally misappropriate and come in Aladdin face.
no.
Because apparently you could get in trouble for that now.
We
so
ate
let's not do
halal
that.
before we got here, though, or whatever. Is halal? Is that the-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
That's
stuff.
okay. We're not supposed to eat it.
We're not?
No.
What do you mean?
No, because we're appropriating.
We're appropriating.
You
You
gotta
can't eat
stick
their
to
food?
Stick to your fucking Italian clams.
Eat your meatball.
Yeah, and you Irish donkey.
eat your meatballs. You're gonna keep it on. Me and Emily.
So
He's having a hard
so
day.
your sleep is you're very dependent on sleep for your mood, aren't you?
Yeah, tomorrow's.
So why are you in a bad mood today if you got good sleep?
you know what?
No, I'm just saying
Dude,
it's a
text
whole
my
new world.
agent after this and we'll talk. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
Alright.
what's going on.
There's a rift
honestly.
happening
I-
between the losers.
Oh my God, you're both annoying.
No, I love you, Bo.
Can I make my mental health your ex-girlfriend because I hate you now too? I mean, it's just starting to be too much with this fella. No. So I think what we've learned so far, Bo needs his dick wet from some hot chick who's dumb.
Yes.
And Nick needs extra sleep. And that's it.
That's it, man. I've canceled dates for sleep. I've told girls not to come over for sleep. Sleep is my number one
That's good.
bitch.
At least you have some principles, you know.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know
Oh,
either.
let's not
dude.
bully him too much.
He
or
doesn't
he'll
know how to
cry.
read. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Oh my God. All right. Are
I'm
we ready
smart.
for me?
I can do things. Yes, we are ready.
Ready
for
for
the
me?
headliner.
Oh my
Lisa
God.
Lampanelli, you ready?
All right. Well, listen, I'm really angry
Oh boy.
because
Cut the feed.
I have been sick and tired of being sick and tired. Don't you
Oh,
guys
boy.
say that at the meetings a lot? No. I am so sick of worrying about my weight. Now, here's the problem. I get this weight loss surgery. Now, before I got the surgery, I bulked up. I said, you're going to get your
Remember.
fucking stomach cut out. You might as well put on some extra weight, go in there at 248, and then it looks like you lost a shit ton. So I bulked up right before it, but ever since I lost the weight, I'm in a panic constantly about gaining weight.
Right.
And I think I'm going to myself, I am wasting my life on worry. So I go, and no matter how much we worry about things, as you know, it doesn't do any good. It's not like it's
Right.
going to stay off or come on. So I'm like, how about I instead How's this for a fucking idea?
Suicide.
Try. Kill yourself. Try to trick myself into going, it doesn't matter if you gain weight. And you know what? Maybe just gain weight. Like maybe just be like, that's why my mental health is like Christian Bale preparing to be in the Dick Cheney movie. Because I want to gain 43 pounds eating nothing but cheeseburgers and hot dogs and shitty bacon and all that stuff made out of a pig. So not that. No, never.
You have been going big on the Big Macs.
I only can eat a half of one and then I feed my dog the
Tell
other
him
half.
today.
I know.
You got 2, right?
I told him.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
but they're in the fridge because I can only eat a half. But that's the thing. I think, do you think it's possible to like go, okay, fuck it, instead of trying to keep weight off, I'm going to try to put it on. And then nothing will happen. Does that make sense?
I don't know. How about you, Nick?
As a trainer.
You're the health professional.
I just want to change
For
my
the sake
mindset.
of Lisa's mental health and our hopefully future comedy careers. Yes, Lisa, you can do that.
I just want to. How does one just stop obsessing on this physical thing that they can or can't control?
Listen,
You're talking to the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah.
You can talk to him because he's given up. But me, I
have not given up. I don't know why you say that. I care too.
Because you look girthy.
Yeah, well, but I care too.
Yeah.
And I try. And I went to the gym today, and it gets to the point where you're like, how many weeks am I gonna be like, oh, like I really need to like get better, and then when you do get better, then you can't like keep it together, so it's tough.
So do you think it's more like going, okay, let me do what's right for me physically and emotionally, and just then the results will just speak for themselves?
Yeah.
Because whatever will happen will happen.
Well, you asked me when we got in the car, you were like, why do you go to the gym?
Yeah, because I was like, you're never gonna, it doesn't make a dent.
Right.
I see you. I have eyes.
No, yeah.
No offense.
I got that part.
But I was the fat. Listen, I understand the fatty's ways. Like,
no, yeah.
I
because
mean,
it helps me mentally to be like, okay, if I exercise, then I probably won't be like overly, you know what I mean? I won't die from fat.
Right.
Which is really the goal, is to not die.
Yeah, you don't want to
fat.
get his foot cut off. Because Big Frank D'Amico.
How'd he die, fat?
Well, yeah, my ex-boyfriend, Big Frank D'Amico, died from complications of fat. I remember literally, I was in it. You guys won't even believe this. Okay, so I was in this food rehab program, 28 days in Arizona. And these clams, 90% were anorexic and bulimic. Then there's me and one other fat cunt. So while I'm in the joint, I get a text.
The
joint?
The
joint.
She's in jail.
Well, it's a rehab. You can't leave.
I'm in the joint.
So they send a note saying Big
They're
Frank.
drawing mozzarella sticks on the prison walls.
Yeah.
All right, just shut up. No throwing in mediocre punchlines during a touching story.
Sorry.
Okay, so I get an email from Frank's best friend, and he says, Frank, I'm sorry to tell you, Frank passed away from complications of diabetes. And honestly, I called my mother and I go, Mom, because everybody loved Big Frank because he was 400 something pounds. And she goes, I go, Mom, Big Frank died. And she's like, from what? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Skydiving. He choked on a Domino's delivery guy. How the fuck do you think he died? I mean, he was low. Yeah, I'm sure you did. So I think maybe Bo, let's have a pact that we do what's right, food-wise and exercise-wise, to keep ourselves emotionally fit. No, just emotionally fit.
This is a good
No,
time.
we don't want to. We don't want to touch you.
No.
We want to just keep ourselves emotionally and mentally together with this stuff.
Yeah.
And then we won't obsess on the results as much. Do you think?
Yeah, I think as long as I'm like mentally, I'm like, all right, I feel okay. I don't feel like overly, fat and uncomfortable, and like the chair's gonna explode every time I sit on it.
Okay, so our agreement is I'm not going to try to bulk up like Christian Bale.
Yes, please don't.
I am going to just go
Because you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be sad.
But I can't gain that kind of weight. I think that's why it's like kind of no risk. It's almost going okay because of the surgery. You can only like.
Yes, you can. Damn it!
Holy shit! All right,
I'm here to motivate.
We are not going to bulk up. We're going to try to not obsess on it. Because what does obsessing do?
I mean, it doesn't make it easier. It doesn't make it happen. It just makes you miserable.
So, okay, let's not be miserable.
And it makes you compulsively eat shitty food.
That's true. So can we just concentrate on making you miserable because you are the least of the greats in this room? Sorry about
or that room.
We just had to sort of
fucking man,
engineer
dude.
it back to the bullying thing.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think it's a good subject for us today because we clearly have gone too far.
Yes, and
Fuck you, dude.
it's a good segue
sorry.
into our topic.
Yes, we are going to take a quick little cute break.
Yeah, cute.
And then we're going to get Bo's blood sugar back up. And then we're
Okay.
going to come back and we're going to talk about our topic today, which is bullying. In all seriousness, we were talking about bullying.
Yeah, but don't worry. Don't turn this off. This isn't about like bullying of kids.
Right.
It's not about
it's
like,
a
oh my God,
little-
cyberbullying. It's about how adults,
Yes.
even in this room of safe people, we gently rib others. And when it goes horribly
Ribbed
wrong.
for her pleasure. We'll be right back.
Ew.
Hello, welcome back to Loser the Dream podcast. We are losers. And man, if you could see us on these cameras,
Yep,
we got some dreams. We don't know if they're going to come true or not.
they're alive though.
We're not getting on TV. That's all you need to know. Okay?
Every time I
Unless they're
look-
doing a King of Queens reboot. I'll be Jerry Stiller because I'm fucking bald and
I
fat.
could see you on as the brother from Raymond.
Robert?
Yeah, Robert. Yeah.
Hey, Mom. I got left back. Remember that year? So we're going to get into our topic today, which is bullying.
That's correct.
And again, if you heard previously, this is not about like school bullying or like whatever.
Although I did plenty of that.
We will talk about some of that. I have some stories, some ridiculous things that my friends and I have done to each other. So we will get into that. But first, we're going to get into how we got to this topic.
Yes,
So, Bo, per usual, something happened in this gentleman's life,
that's true.
and it was a
I
stressful
live a
time.
very interesting life.
Yeah, he had to go to a wedding and hang out with his friends, and he was like, I don't know about this.
Well, I got to the wedding, and it's funny you say because my blood sugar was very low, and I was not.
So were your
I was not
expectations.
feeling fresh, as the ladies say there.
That's when you had my
and-
summer's eve.
Yeah, I was not feeling good about me, and I got to this wedding, and it was like a bunch of old friends from high school, and it's like, all right, I got to figure out how to be me again, or what they liked about me. Do you know what I mean?
This is
Which
great.
is-
What did they like about
I don't know. I could drink a beer. That's pretty much all I
it? Like, look at
had.
this fucking guy shotgun, dude.
Yeah. That's all I had back then. Was
Fucking
just,
guy's killing it.
dude, this guy drinks, man. So that's like what I had. So I was
That's
just
over.
I was nervous going into that, wedding because it was just like, oh man, like, who am I gonna present myself as? Like how can I impress them? How can I showcase that I'm different or that I've grown or anything like that? And which is a lot of pressure to put on yourself in a social situation that really doesn't mean anything. And we met as a group, and we were going into this reception, and we got in this elevator, and my buddy was wearing a polka dot shirt. So I started.
Strike one.
Yep. So I quickly looked over at him, and I started making fun of his shirt. And
Did you knock him out, dude?
no,
Should have.
although when I was drinking, that would be that's the type of bullying that I did back in the day.
Oh, you were that
Like,
guy?
yeah, I would try and fight people in elevators and stuff. It
I'm
was not
so
good.
glad I met you later in life.
Yeah, I wasn't a great guy.
Yeah.
But so I start making fun of his shirt. It gets a laugh. Once I get one laugh, then I gotta go and get another laugh.
Dude, did you get an applause break?
No, I didn't get an applause break in an
Just wondering,
elevator.
Just wondering. Dude.
No, but then he tried to come back at me. I got him again. You know what I mean? Just like and like the whole feeling of like, okay, he's the weakest link in this elevator.
Yep.
He's the easiest one to make fun of, and I know I'm going to get everybody to laugh by making fun of him. So I'm going to do that to then assert myself into
Yeah.
this.
Do you think you were the weakest link in the elevator because of the weight requirement?
Okay.
the capacity.
See, this is bullying, though.
That's why I did it.
Yeah. And I know it's good
And
natured.
I'm sorry.
No, hey, listen, you're not sorry, though. Don't say sorry.
It's kind of fun. Sorry.
No, it's true, though, because, like, especially with, like, good friends, it's what kind of bonds you at the same time, right? Like, the
Especially, and Lisa could come on and talk about this later, but with dudes, especially, is what bonds us. Girls, I feel like, don't do this as much.
Well, they have worse friendships for the most part.
I would. Oh. Lisa stabbed me.
I mean, I don't think that women have as deep as friendships as men do.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. I'll kind of agree. Like, dudes can literally. Oh, so we'll talk. All right. So we'll talk about you. That was your.
So fucking stupid. Wait, let me shut up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, like what talking about bullying, right? And this was you and your friends. Now you've known each other for how long?
Our whole lives.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're bonded, especially as boys. I mean, how many times? We'll talk to the gender thing. How many times have you and your boys gotten in physical altercations?
So many. I mean, I used to,
and not even like fucking around, being funny, like
legit.
You're
fights,
you're fighting each other,
yeah,
right? And then 10 minutes later, you're like, I'm sorry, dude. You know what I mean? Like, so, and it's all fine.
Yeah. No, like when I was in high school, I used to wake up and there'd be like blood in my bed from like a fight that I got into with like a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? And then we see each other next day. We're like, dude, what?
That was fucking crazy.
And he's like, yeah, you're pissing me off. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
And
man.
then everyone's fine.
Yeah.
But that's my experience with bullying is a lot of like good natured. That's how it started with me when I was younger. It was like good natured bullying. When you grow up, like, right now we're in New York City. If you grew up in the Northeast, especially,
right?
Okay, you are dealing with some sort of like, I don't know how to explain. Like, people here are a little more aggressive.
Yes.
It's right outright. New York City especially, but just in the Northeast in general, people are a little more aggressive. The way everyone talks to each other is very different.
Right.
Okay. So I grew up with a dad. It was like growing up on like the Dean Martin roasts. It was like him and all his friends making race jokes about each other, and no one ever got mad.
Yeah.
And they would go back and forth.
Right.
And my dad once said, this was shortly after 9/11 happened, and his friend, who's Middle Eastern, owned a gas station. We were in there the day after 9/11 happened. And my dad was like, all right, he's like, I'll see you tomorrow. I forget the guy's name. And then my dad stops and he goes, hey, what's up with your boy flying shit into buildings? And the guy goes, Bobby, no, he's crazy, Bobby. He's not like this, not like us. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't know sensitive people existed until I got to college. People were like, I don't like that. And I was like, no, this is cool. This is what you're supposed to. It's fine.
Right.
But, for me, that was what I grew up with. But then now, what came up for me recently, too, about the bullying thing is you had the wedding. For me, it was at a show. It was at, one of the shows we have in Connecticut. At the comics, like the comics are all sitting around, kind of, fucking with each other. The comics table, dude.
Yeah.
Who get the most laughs in? Who can make fun of each other? Who could blow each other the quickest in the bathroom?
Love that stuff.
Yeah, it's my favorite game. And I was sitting on stage, and one of our friends, who's also a comic with us, I was like seating people and shit. And there was all the comics in the corner like ripping with each other, and he just came up to me, and goes, "You don't like go hang with like the?" I was like, "No."
Yeah.
What do I have to win over there? What's going on over there?
You don't like to peacock.
What do I have to
win? Not
win?
a show pony.
What do I have to go? Yeah, I just don't. It's just not. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. So like,
see, I like to win.
Yeah, but have you been winning?
All I do is win, dude.
Oh, what are you, DJ Khaled? Ooh, you lose.
I just win.
No, you don't win.
No, I like to do
listen,
that.
if someone came at me, I mean, like, I just don't go put myself in it. But if someone came at me, I would like. Well, it really would depend, honestly. If it was like someone who I just didn't really, I'd be like. Okay.
Well, I always make fun of you. Like when I get off stage, and like the crowd's like, oh my God.
They're like, he fell, he passed out.
They're going,
the table
like,
broke.
They're going like, oh my God, I can't believe it, And then like I get to the green room, and I see like
the green room
or like the back, wherever we are, the kitchen, the
kitchen,
right? And we get to the back, and I see like you and like some other losers. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh, why don't you try to do that? You know what I mean? And then they're like, we can't.
And then I'm eating a piece of chicken. And I go, why don't you try to do this?
Only if it's fried, baby.
Yeah, we know it, baby. But yeah, dude, there's just a different. It's a different thing. Like that's what we're talking about. This type of bullying, not like school and shit. Although we can bring that up.
Yeah.
The school shit.
Well, I mean, the school shit, just to cover it really quickly, like, I was just a really insecure, like, high school kid. And
Good adult.
yeah, and still probably really insecure.
Samesies, babe.
Yeah. And, like, I was bullied, like, a little bit in, like, 8th grade, you know, but it was very light. But it got to me. Like, I was like, oh, shit, I'm not in the, like, the cool circle, you know what I mean? I'm not like crushing it. So I like cried in the bathroom and was like all upset, you know what I mean? And then after that I was like, oh no, I have to stand out. Like it totally flipped my way of like connecting with people, because I was like, oh, I have to now, because I never want to get bullied, I have to be the one that stands out. I have to be the one, like, I want to beat you to every punchline, right? Like, you can't get me, I want to be able to get you first.
That's a good point. I used to do that too. I didn't even think about that.
So, you know, like, and then it got to the point where it was like, oh, not only am you're not able to get me, now I'm the only one that can get you. So now I was like starting to be mean to like freshman kids and like sophomore kids, and we like haze them in football and stuff. You know what I mean? And it was all like good natured, and it was also to make other people that were my peers laugh. Right. Because I just wanted to be accepted by them. It was less about like I wanted to hurt that kid, and it was more about like I need connection.
Right. No. So, that's true, dude. I mean, I think I've told you the story off camera before, but for me, talk about guys. At least I could talk to this, but like talk about dudes that stick together. So I was in 8th grade. I had this group of friends I always hung out with.
Yeah.
And I go to my buddy's house, and there's like lemonade or whatever. His mom made lemonade. And I like go have a glass. He's like, dude, mom just made lemonade. Like, go have like a glass. And I was like, okay. And I went and had a glass. And then he's like, yeah, but like you have to like. You can't just, like, you got to, like, finish the thing. Like, you can't just open it. And I was like...
How big was it?
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I have to... I was like, all right, weird house rule.
Yeah.
And I was drinking, and I was like, no, dude, I got mad. I was like, I'm full. I'm done.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, all right, dude. He's like, you just make sure you drink a little bit more. And I drank the lemonade. Then they put on a VHS tape of them adding X-Lax to the lemonade. And my stomach just dropped, and they're like, 6 hours from now, it's going to be real tough, dude. And one of those guys that was a part of that gag, I was the best man in his wedding this summer. So men do not hold grudges, okay? Those are my fucking boys. How elaborate, by the way, of like 13-year-old boys, like, we're going to film it.
Yeah.
And then tell them after. Like this whole presentation. Just to get me to take X-Lax. Like, I shit my pants for a few hours, and I was like, ugh.
Well, my brother one time was sleeping, and we all had the same room.
Yeah, same bed.
Yeah, basically.
You guys are like Charlie in the truck. Yeah. Charlie's uncle.
And he was sleeping, and he had his ass out. Like out of the bed.
So you fucked him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, got him, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, dude, I had sex with you, dude. You didn't know, dude.
What a loser.
Don't tell mom,
You're
fucking
so
pussy.
gay,
Yeah.
dude. I grabbed some like shaving cream, and I stuck the fucking pin in his ass, and I just lit it up and just filled his ass with shaving cream. And then he like woke up and he cried, and
he woke up and he cried. Wait, how old was he?
He was like maybe like 10, 12. It was just hilarious.
And now he's like, we gotta talk to him now. Now he loves ass play. Like, that's just like a big. His girlfriend's like, yeah, he keeps making me buy shaving cream, and he's got some weird fetish. I will tell you this: I wasn't a big bully. I'll be honest. I had real quick. I had an amazing teacher in 5th grade, tough old Jew from the Bronx, Mr. Zofnes. Bronx or Brooklyn, Mr. Zofnes. And everyone was teasing this kid. I was not a part of this. I just never got with it.
Right.
And we were in 5th grade, and he stopped the entire, 80 of us. Like,
shut it down.
Just like, it was like, that's it. Get the fuck inside. We're 10, dude.
Yeah.
We're in 4th grade, I think, 5th maybe. Sat us down in a room, a giant conference room for 2-3 hours, and just made us he goes, why are you guys doing this? Why are you picking on him?
Yeah.
2 hours, 2.5 hours of just kids like, well, I don't know, I'm just trying. And then after that, it was all good.
Yeah, and it is amazing too, because like you don't think about what the trauma is for that kid, you know, and like
in a way, I remember I talked again with some of the guys. I was at that wedding this summer. There's a lot of those guys I grew up with. I think we were like, he was looking at it as like, oh, I'll be a part of their thing. Yeah, but I'm like he knew he was getting made fun of, but he's like, oh, but I could like,
Yeah.
I'm with them, kind of. Like,
Right.
Maybe they'll hang out. It was.
They're
looking
making
back,
fun of me, so they're talking about me. Like I'm
Right.
still, yeah.
There was. I mean,
That's a sad place to be, dude.
It sucks. I
Yeah.
hope that kid's doing well. I wonder where
He's
he's
killed
at.
himself, dude.
If you listen to this podcast,
No, he's probably like a NASA engineer.
he's sharing shaving cream with your brother at a YMCA right now.
No, but it's true. Like all the kids that get bullied, like that is a stereotype. But they do like become engineers and like crush it because they're coming from a place of
I have
lack.
a feeling he didn't, but
Oh yeah.
I just have.
Yeah,
a
he was
feeling.
a smelly kid.
I have a feeling. Nice guy. His
Yeah.
dad was the best. But anyway,
Well, we need fentanyl.
no,
Needs
the
to
one
be.
time and talk about bullying, I would say I got, how do I explain? I got you know, I'm not a bullier ever. I was never a guy that did that really.
Yeah. So what happened?
When
'Cause
I
you're not
moved,
nice to me.
well, you're a bad guy. I'm not bullied in nice people, I should say. So when I moved from New York,
Monroe to Connecticut.
yeah, when I moved from New York to Connecticut,
Yeah.
I moved freshman year of high school, so you're just
Right.
like dying to like,
Connect.
please make friends with me, like
Uh-huh.
please.
Yeah.
Whatever,
And that's when you
right?
learned how to use the throat.
Well, what happened was exactly. Let me show you off camera on our Patreon. Go sign up. No, but I remember there was. I just started. I got to school. It was a few months in. I just started playing football, making some friends. Like things were going okay.
yeah.
And then, there was this girl. It was science class. There was this girl sitting in the middle of science
Oh,
class who
God.
used to dig into her nose, and I mean pick. I'm
Yeah.
not like subtle. Like.
She was minding.
Oh my god, dude, in there. And my buddies, new friends, I'm in a new state, trying to make friends. They go, dude, because they knew I was funny and like I fucked around a lot. And they go, Scopes, dude, next time she does that, just fucking call her out. And I was like, yeah, okay, totally. And so this girl's digging, middle of science class. She's digging, middle of science class. I go, oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
And she just like looking around the class, everyone starts dying. People are
Oh,
falling out of
God.
their chairs. I immediately was like, "You're the biggest piece of shit
yeah.
ever, dude."
Well, it's always good to go Adam Sandler on him,
Oh, that was the best
Yeah.
voice. Oh my god!
yeah.
You
Well,
have to.
I mean, but now to get back to like reality of where we're at now, it's like, yeah, I think that sometimes I think you have to know who you can kind of rib with. You know what I mean? You have to know, like I know with you that no matter what I say to you, basically, and no matter what you say to me, that we're still friends and that like it's not really taken seriously. Right? So
right.
but there are people in my life where I go like, yeah, there's a limit to what I can say to them. There's a limit to the jokes that I can make, just to make sure that I like keep the friendship clean, right? Like I don't want to have the long talk about, well, you said that and that made me feel this way, and then I have to like get emotional with them about their experience of me and how bad I am.
When you have to
You
kill
know what I
them.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like just picking out like the people that you can have those types of relationships with. And I think to go back to our point, the relationships that you have where you can do that usually are deeper because
Oh,
there is
yeah.
a sense of like, words don't mean anything here,
Right. Agreed, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
You are.
But it is a lot about, insecurity, I think.
1000%.
Like I know you were feeling a little insecure when you saw yourself on screen tonight.
Oh yeah.
You're probably not
Kidding
feeling
me,
too
dude?
good. So that first segment,
Dude, I'm gonna burn this studio down.
do you have
Oh my
anything
God.
you want to say to me because of like how you spoke to me in the first segment? And
I think I acted pretty great.
well,
I'm running for office.
no, but-
2024.
no, but you know what I mean. Like it's like I noticed that I'm not doing that well, or like I don't feel good, and then it's like, oh, I have to take it out on Nick. Because one, I can't take it out on Lisa because I'll die. And
Could you imagine?
yeah, and two,
Oh
I like
my
know all of your
God.
buttons. You know what I mean? I like know all
Yeah.
of your, so
Loosen up my buttons, babe. What a song.
what a life.
No,
so,
I
yeah.
know. It's just, you know what it is, man. Let me be real for a minute. So we do it here on Losers with a Dream.
Yeah.
Someone reached out to us recently and was like, I'm actually impressed with your podcast. I thought it was going to be like vulgar towards women, or you guys were going to talk about sports because you're guys. And I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
shut up. We're deep. No, but what I was gonna say is that what the hell was I gonna say? We just spend a lot of time with each other.
Yes, we do.
And also, as much as we are a team, in some ways, like comedy is a single person sport. Right. We are a team here in a lot of ways. Totally. You came in second. Remember that? Remember at Mohegan Sun?
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's bad. Anyway, just performing for drunks. Bo goes to Mohegan. He says he's doing comedy, but he's really just recruiting people for the top secret meetings. Like, look like you need a friend. Just going up to old guys,
going up to bars,
guys in sweatpants and motorized scooters. Like,
dude, you see a lot of people that are on their last legs in those casinos.
There's so many fucked up gait patterns there. I can't. Like, gait means walking. Like,
oh yeah.
You're like, what happened here?
Right.
And why would you come here? We have to walk everywhere.
Well, we're getting off topic.
We are. So we're gonna take a quick little bullying break,
Bully break,
and then we're gonna bring on our favorite person, our life coach, mentor,
head clam in charge,
Lisa Lampanelli.
Bring it, girl.
Hello, welcome back to Lose with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and we got some dreams.
We got them.
We're trying to live them.
We are.
We're in New York City right now.
Lisa's back.
Pretty big.
You're
Pretty big
failing.
deal.
You're failing at life.
Okay.
You're not doing well.
She's
Why
right.
do you say that?
Just a gentle observation.
Gentle
No,
observation.
this subject made me so fucking uncomfortable that I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, I hate bullying. And yet I did it for a living.
Yeah.
But which is,
Yeah, I was
I mean,
gonna
the
say.
irony is not lost on me.
Yeah.
But
I did it for a living.
Literally, I've said this before, so don't like cockblock my punchline. But I have said in just full disclosure about myself, like I was an insult comic who couldn't take a joke. Like on stage, yes, because you have to. They're
Right.
roasts, you take jokes, it's fine. But again, I've said this before, an insult comic who can't take a joke is like a porn star allergic to semen.
Right.
It is like a pedophile who can't stand children's parties. The fact is, it was so hypocritical, but I sort of knew what I was doing out of love on stage,
Right.
and hoped people wouldn't get the wrong idea that whatever I was saying to them, no matter how horrible, because back in the day you could say things. But off stage, I was always the most uncomfortable person with like gentle ribbing.
Yeah.
Like when you mentioned the comics table, oh my God, I was totally cringing because that fucking Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
I used to literally, I wasn't as fucking fancy as Mark Maron because he would bring a book. Like I wasn't like smart enough to bring books. Of
course he did.
I would bring
Sure.
gays. I would bring a gay guy and a girl with a big ass, and we would sit there and like back in
what
the
you got
day.
here.
Well, yes, we do. Back in the day, you wouldn't have like mailing lists or email lists because there were no computers or whatever. So we'd basically be stuffing envelopes to promote my shows. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to bring these people with me to protect me from having to sit at these tables.
Yeah.
Because I always thought to myself, why are these comics joking and making fun of each other? Why don't you just do that on stage, then come off and be nice to each other?
Right.
And that is one of my huge failings, I think, because I was like, oh, I missed the boat on the bonding ritual of the bullying, the gentle teasing. But like you point out with the X-Lax thing, which by the way is hilarious and a very well executed plan, I must say, by your little rotten
13-year-old children. Yeah.
Is your best friend Anthony one of those guys?
No, this is
They
my New York.
taped it with a VHS tape.
I mean, that's
which
badass.
I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they did pretty good
This
for
was in
kids.
New York. These are my New York right before I moved.
Oh,
It was
okay.
8th grade.
So the fact is, it is kind of a bonding ritual, which I've
yeah.
missed out on like throughout my whole life because I
Yeah.
just couldn't take a joke.
Right.
And we're allowed to take a joke or not, but I don't know, man. There's just something in me that just cringes at it. Yet I do like sparring with you guys, but I think also it's a power dynamic where I know you're not going to really hit me back because I have all the power in this relationship.
We're not, and we can't.
And but it's almost bad that I even joke with you guys because it's an unfair fight.
No, it's fun.
I mean, as long as you have fun with it, but I do
it's
know.
good.
I
We can
mean,
gross you out. That's what I knew.
That is
Like,
true.
That is
true.
the only. I just want everyone to know this is the only power we have over Lisa.
Yes.
Like I know, comedy legends did comedy for 30 years. We're not gonna outwit her or out insult her or out any of that shit. Out funny her, but we can gross her the fuck out.
Yes.
Anytime either one
The
of you
best.
talk about sex
Yes,
or anything
dude.
functional, body functional, like that time Bo farted in the studio, I was so livid. I was like, they're getting me back for being a clam.
Can I tell you one of my favorite moments that you and I have had together was I think I was dating this one girl. And you were like, how'd it go last night? And I put my hand up to get a high five from you. You gave me a high five. And as you gave me the high five, I was like, I got a blowjob. And you were like, no! And you were like, give me the high five back.
Hear about it.
And I was like, then I went down there. She's like, stop!
So you do know how to get back at me, which is good
The
to
only
know.
thing I got.
But
It's the only card we got.
It's
do
weird
kinda
though
like
because
that.
Nick gets back at you. I don't.
Um.
Because do I get back at you?
Well,
It's
you-
barely getting back.
Well,
It's
first
just
of all, you're
gross.
never going to be able to say I got a blowjob because you never do.
That's-
You're never going to say you went down on somebody because they won't let
Come
you.
back now,
oh! Bonding ritual, Bo. No, you know what I think it is? Me and you have a different relationship because I think, because we talk about bullying, you know when to say uncle. You know when to say, hey, I've had enough. Like I remember once we were sitting around writing.
Yeah.
And it was a joke about you dating women or something, but you're sober.
You're new to
and
women.
I said something about, oh yeah, write down like it's ironic that I'm sober because girl has to be drunk to fuck me. And like you usually have a really good sense of humor, but you were like, oh. And you're like, I don't know, that seemed a little harsh. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great that you said something.
Yeah, it was. It's interesting because it's like 1 out of every 100 that like hits my solar plexus,
Right,
and I'm
which is
like,
fine.
and then I always say it because it's just like if I don't say it, then I'm not taking care of me.
Well, that's an adult
You know?
move because I can't tell you. That's probably why this is such an uncomfortable topic, is because I can't tell you how many friendships I have lost or ruined because I was jokey.
Yeah.
Because I, as you did in the elevator, needed the attention, felt
Right.
insecure, had to offer something, bring something to the table. And the people didn't tell me it was getting to them.
Right.
Like I remember I was friends with this couple,
Yeah.
like Paul and Ann, and this sounds super queer, but like they had like a kind of a folk acoustic duo, and like I
I'm thinking of Will Ferrell in
All right,
SNL.
shut up! I know, it was silly, but they were really good people.
Yeah.
I'd met them on a retreat, and I was like, oh, I like them. And they even like were like, oh, come and see our show. We'll buy you a tambourine, and you come up and joke. And like, I literally remember, it's not even my audience because I'm retired at the time.
Yeah.
I am totally making fun of them. Like they're up there, like actually doing really good songs, really good covers. And I'll be like, hey guys, where are you from? And they're like, Paul goes, oh, we live in Hudson. I'm like, oh, so you're poor. And I didn't know that their hot button was money.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. If I don't know your hot button is money, then I can't be held responsible for it. So had they told me before they ghosted me, it would have
Right.
been really nice.
Oh, they're done with you? You never saw them again?
Oh my God. Well, we kind of dragged it out a little after that. But I remember also then I didn't know at the time a lot about mental illness. Never dealt with anyone who tried to kill themselves. Never met someone with severe issues. Or I probably have
Yeah.
met them but don't know. So they had a daughter, I guess, who was institutionalized for a while, this, that. And I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And one time we're just sitting around in a bunch of friends, and just as a topic, like I just go, oh my God, I go, which one of you in this room, which one of us do you think is most likely to try to kill ourselves? Like I just like, that'd be like asking you though, because like,
Right.
how would I know you tried to kill yourself?
Yeah, right. It's
So
true.
that can't hurt your feelings, but it does. So
Yeah.
instead of them speaking up saying, that was a little, that kind of triggers us because our daughter tried to kill herself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I wasn't allowed to say I was sorry because no one told me. So when you tell me, oh, the 800th fat joke or the joke about me needing to get a girl drunk to F her,
Yeah.
when you tell me that, I'm like, that's a gift to me.
Right. Yeah. And for me, I feel like it does annoy me, though, that people even have hot buttons. You know what I mean? I think you should have everything on the table, but
Yeah.
then it should be a case-by-case basis.
Right.
Right? Like, I think You should be able to make fun of anything about me. Like, you could make fun of the fact that I tried to kill myself, or that, like, I'm an alcoholic, or
I'm
that
writing
whatever.
these points down so I can make fun of them. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Be a
yeah.
good ride home.
Yeah, like, just put them together, and then but it just depends on the joke, and it depends on the way it's said. Right?
Well,
A
it
lot of
helps
the
if it's
intent
funny.
and- yeah.
And you know the intent, and if you know the intention is good. So if we think about the thing that happened this weekend, because there's many reasons we bully, and trust me, I have them all written down, and they all apply to you, my friend. You know how much I love you, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy.
What do you think is like really what happened in that elevator? So you're in the elevator. Okay. First of all, if anyone out there has a polka dot shirt, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Were they tiny polka dots?
They were little ones. Yeah.
Okay, you're an asshole because that's a cute look, and how dare you? You're a gay basher. So, I thought when you
It
talk.
really wasn't the look. I just saw polka dots. I said it's easy to make fun of this to him right now. You know
Well,
what I mean?
wait. Let's move back.
Okay.
First of all, if they had been big honking clown polka dots, I would have said fine.
Yeah.
You're allowed big loud clown stripes
Oh,
or
yeah,
patterns.
stripes,
You're
yeah,
allowed.
okay.
Okay. So let's start.
It was a nice
Because
shirt.
I actually always.
Maybe I was feeling bad because I didn't have a nice shirt on.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
Were yours pulling at the gut?
Yeah, they were. It was nice up top, and then it was all like
Oh, it's
stretched
the
out on the
worst.
butt.
Oh my God, been there when I was bulking up. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're in the elevator. Are there other people there who are not friends of your guys, or was it all your group?
Yeah. There were a few.
Oh, there was some pedestrians too.
Yeah, they got laughs out of them too. Which I
Oh
was happy
no!
about.
See, the best thing to do in an elevator, if you're really desperate, by the way, Nick, you can pull this off because you're Italian. Best thing to do in an elevator, if you need a laugh and you're that insecure, it's silent, and as two old people walk off the elevator, like 80 years old, crotchety and shit,
Yeah.
as the doors close, you just yell, "And stay out!" It really is good. Because then it hurts no one. They didn't
Right.
hear you because they're fucking elderly. And by the way, just a nice laugh at no one's expense.
Well,
Anyway.
there's a scene in this movie called Along Came Polly, and it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
And they're in the elevator, and he clears his throat. And he goes, "God, I'm so horny right now," and it's just like, and it was just so funny
Because it's at no one's expense.
Right.
Although now it would be rapey.
yeah, maybe
You know,
a little.
if you're with a woman, you
Let's
probably
try
shouldn't
it.
do that.
No, let's do a group elevator.
If it's a group
would
of
be fun.
guys, I think that's funny.
No, it is totally
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
text my guy friends that sometimes.
We know you text us that and we want to throw up. All right, so you're in the elevator. You're seeing. What are you feeling even before you see those polka dots?
I'm just nervous. I'm like, how's this
Why?
gonna go? Because I want to present the best self. You know what I mean? And I don't know how our dynamic works anymore because we're old
Okay.
friends. Now we're seeing each other again. How is this all gonna play? Is it gonna be awkward? Is it gonna be uncomfortable?
Okay, so basically you're talking about part of the issues when they say people often do this bullying or adult poking fun. It's often with social awkward people.
Yes.
Because you just kind of don't know where you fit in. And like, oh my God, I remember getting that laugh once. And I was like, oh, well, that's where I fit in. I could be the funny guy.
And I am 100% socially awkward. I have a tough
Oh,
time.
you're
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
I remember getting a text from you that weekend, like several that were
Yeah.
like, oh my God, all this forced socialization is
I can't
killing
stand
me.
it.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And when are you going to learn to stop going to Southern Bumpkins weddings? I don't know.
Or just be an adult and figure it out, you know.
Okay.
That's not helpful at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay,
You're
Nick.
at a wedding, just fucking figure
Well,
it out.
but
Mental
Nick,
health
I think
guru over here.
One of your friends is there, just deal with it.
I've been where Nick is though, because I used to be like impatient with quote unquote socially awkward people
Yeah.
until I experience it in people I love. And then you're like, oh, I kind of get it.
It's
So
tough.
I don't know how it feels, but because some relatives of mine and yourself, and I'm invested now in going, oh, that is a thing. So
Yeah.
it isn't as easy as just, I wish it was, Nick, as easy as going, hey, just fucking get over it.
Yeah.
But, oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
It's tough. Even sometimes
Oh, I mean, I love that.
even sometimes I'm like going to the podcast. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like talk and like just eat just because it's just seeing people. Like it's tough.
Well, in
And then I
your
have to get out of
defense,
it.
too, if you just didn't talk, it wouldn't really detract from the show. I think this is the Nick and Lisa show would be fantastic. I mean, we're in New York now. We can grab a real comic.
I was waiting for that one. I was like, here
No,
we go.
but okay, so that's one of the key things. You were feeling socially awkward.
Yeah.
Were you feeling like there was anything you could bring to the table other than comedy?
You just need to get out on the dance
No.
floor and clap
No.
those
What was I gonna bring?
cheeks.
I don't drink. I don't smoke
Right.
cigarettes.
Right.
I
So
don't
you're
got any
basically
drugs.
leading with the only thing you think you have.
Yeah, because my social
Graces.
what I had, my
Crutches.
yes, we're all associated with drugs and alcohol with those
Gotcha.
people, right? So it's like that's what I had to offer. That would be my currency, right? It's like, okay, like I see you, all right, dude, I got weed or I got alcohol or like we're gonna get drunk, and then all of a sudden we're friends again because we were drinking buddies and using buddies, right? So like when you're around people that you used to use with, that I'm now sober and they're getting drunk,
Yeah.
it's like you feel outside of the box.
Of course.
So you're like, okay, well, I have to win somehow. Like I have to get in the box, but how do I do it? And I think comedy was the easiest way. And I think it is even an easy way for me to feel social now. And it's part of the reason why I started doing comedy again when I got sober, because I was just like, oh, this puts me in the game.
Right. You have
You know?
something. But you know what's crazy about this whole thing? Because as you know, every issue seems to come down to worthiness. If you just, or any of us, felt like you were a good person on the inside and that you were worthy just without all that, then none of this would be occurring. So it would be like, okay, I don't have to make a joke because I just like myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. I think,
But it is a
really,
fantasy.
that's
It's a
difficult.
of course it's
Yeah.
difficult. That's why you're 73 years old. No, what are you're not even 30.
28 going on 45.
Yeah, you're not even 30 yet. So of course you're not going to be there yet. But
Right.
it's just like I think it's a challenge for me, like at a party, to be like, oh, let's see what it's like to not have to be the funny one.
Right.
Let's see what it'd be like not to curse, to do what they don't expect, which is just talk like a deep person.
Right.
But that's fucking, I'm 60. I get that I already lived a life and that I have learned that it's not about making fun of other people at a party. Although I will tell you, this past weekend, I was at a party and some fucking Karen cunt, and her literal name was Karen.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. And she fit the description to a T. She told me off, or thought she was going to tell me off
Yeah.
at a party. And it was a classy party, like some white people rich bullshit that I can't
Yeah.
stand. And she I said, oh, I'm going to go outside and say hi to the gays. And she goes, why would you say that? And I'm like, what? And she's like, that you shouldn't lump people together as a group. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the time where I wanted to pull out the old insult comment.
Yeah.
The old fucking, hey, Clam, let me tell you something. You want me to call them faggots or cornholers or whatever? Would that be better for you, you fucking Hershey Highway patrolman whore? You know, so I mean, so I get the impulse. I get the impulse to want to just go, oh, well, she feels I bring nothing to the table as a human. Now let's hit her.
Right.
So anyway, so where do you
So
think?
where could you have done better there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually really good. All I did was I go like this. I go.
I hit her twice.
I go like this to her. I go. No. I go. They're friends of mine. They have no problem with me saying it. She goes, I bet they do. And I go, well, you can come out. And I nicely, honestly, someone else is there. And I go, well, you know, if you want, you can come out with me and we can ask them.
Yeah.
Not in a cunty way, but I was like, wow. And it really triggered me about being misunderstood.
Yeah.
Which we'll have to do on a future podcast because I hate fucking being misunderstood because I love the fucking fags anyway.
They love you.
So you're on the elevator, you're feeling like all you've got is humor.
Right.
How could it have gone better so it didn't sort of or it seemed to snowball the whole weekend? Because I remember after you came home, you're like, oh man, I ended up yelling at some guy and calling him a heroin addict. So I'm like, holy shit. Like, was this polka dot?
Yeah, no, it wasn't him. It was a friend of mine that I feel extra close with that I could say anything to and it would be fine kind of thing. And he started taking shots at me because we have that relationship. It's very much me
So it
and
was
Nick.
okay.
It's very similar. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, he's going at me. All right. All right, he's getting laughs. All right, okay. And he made one joke, and he used to smoke crack and do heroin. So I was like, okay, well, I have a trump card here, so I'm going to play that. I'm going to make fun of you for that. And then that gets a huge laugh because it's also shocking, too.
Well, yeah.
Because he looks well now, you know. and I see him kind of look and go like, yeah, you know what I mean? And then we get on the plane and we're sitting next to each other, and he goes, I didn't mean to go so hard on you with the fat stuff to this weekend.
All right.
And I go, I know, and I shouldn't have said the heroin thing. And he goes, it's just what happens. We're in that environment, and
right.
And we're trying to win,
And it's also, like you said, it's going back to the old way of relating.
Right.
So, I mean, that's why when you guys said men, I don't agree, and hear me out. Men do not have better friendships than women.
Okay.
They have longer lasting friendships than women because they don't cut them off quickly, but they don't have the depth. So the depth of friendship with women is usually where you could talk about such deep shit.
Right.
And straight guys can tend to leave it at the surface. Yes, that's a stereotype. You obviously go way more than surface with your friends.
Yeah.
But the fact
Balls
is,
deep.
you know what? I don't think. See?
I blacked out again. What
So
did
I don't
say?
think it's like I think women, yes, they tend to hold grudges. They can definitely be cunty to each other and cut each other off.
It's really
quickly.
true, though. That is really true that women are they're very deep and emotionally connected to each other when they are really good friends. And they are super possessive of each other as well.
Oh,
these
yeah.
women.
Dude, I remember two girls. I had to be 25 years old, and I was working at a gym, and this one girl worked there with me, and some girl came in who she knew from high school, and she was like, "Oh, I can't stand her."
Yeah, we hold grudges.
And I was like, from what? Oh, what'd she do? Or something recent? She goes, "No, we went to high school together, and sophomore year she did." And I was like, "Sophomore year?" I was like, "You're 10 years ago."
It doesn't matter because
like,
it
what the
cuts
hell?
deep. I do not apologize for that. No,
it's
I mean,
true.
hey, 30 years ago when I started comedy, there's some fucking people who made fun of me I'll never talk to again.
Right.
There's some comic who was so mean when he came up after me off, at the comic strip. He came up after me and he said something mean about me. And it shocked me so much because I had formerly felt safe with him.
Yeah.
Never talked to him again. It's 30 fucking years later.
What's his name?
Why would I?
What's his name?
No, don't worry. You've never
Does
heard
he
of
have
him.
good credits? No,
Yeah, actually, you have heard of him. But the fact is, it so cuts you because you go, ooh, that's I think the problem. When you feel safe with somebody, you let your guard down a little, and then they snipe you. Like
Right.
you're lucky because you and your friend Polka Dot over there, not Polka Dot, the heroin guy.
Yeah.
You can go, yeah, man, that went a little too far.
Right, yeah. And it was super loving. And at
Right.
the end of the day, we even looking at each other on that couch, we go, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we're very, deeply, we have deep friendships. So
Right.
we know exactly what's happening,
You guys
even in the
share
moment.
needles.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk really quickly because this went long. I like this subject.
Oh, boy.
Well, okay. So we got a couple things here I want to say. Bullying is wrong.
Okay.
However, no, we
Bold
did.
statement.
No. Wait, yeah, the Klan is bad. No, we really. I think a lot of this comes from role modeling because
Right.
I remember my mother would be super snipey at my dad, and he didn't say anything back because he was an enabler, but she was funny and she got away with it.
Yeah.
So I think when we see that, we're like, well, that's a way of connecting, and I'm never going to be like that though. And then you wake up and you are.
Yeah.
So I mean, did you grow up in a similar background?
So, repeat it. I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
Repeat
he
it.
zoned. He did
I
that
zoned.
thing
I
where you
zoned.
had
Repeat it.
pizza before
No,
you
no,
say
I-
it.
He's like, I want to talk to my bubble
I was trying, and then
girlfriend.
I got the first half, and then I totally blanked on the second half.
I love that. I'm not going to bully you about that because that's called heroin head, and it happens. No, I think we're
Wet
role
brain.
modeled that,
Yeah.
and we have to really
Right,
make an
okay,
effort
yeah.
to overcome whatever we're role modeling.
So this is 100% true. My mother role modeled bullying to me my whole life because she would bully the shit out of me from day
Right.
one. And she would also bully my friends, and she was really good at it.
Good.
Like if she had friends that come over, she'd be like, "Oh wow, look at this."
Yeah, dude, your mom.
You know,
your
and
mom
she
has
just-
such a sneaky, great way of
Oh
doing
my
it.
God, yeah,
'Cause she's
she-
such a sweet woman.
Oh yeah, and
Oh, it's
she'll just
great.
touch your belly. She'll go, You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
she'll go, or she'll look at you and then she'll go like, "Oh, the hair, you
it's
lost
going."
it, but it's okay."
right,
You know what I mean?
Right.
And like,
You look good bald.
yeah, no, it's
not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
She has her way. Like she
Right.
always, but she's just mom. She's on top. She's a bully. She's 100% a bully, and you've noticed it. But
She's fucking hilarious.
yeah, but she's good at it.
So
She's
fun.
really good at it, and so I always pick that up as like, oh, okay, that's how, like, you know, like when I was a camp counselor,
Right.
like it was all young kids, and my mother worked there too, right? She was like worked at the pools,
dude.
right?
Yes.
So I really liked this other girl that
Right.
was a camp counselor, and I find out that my mother is telling the other swim instructors that I got a small thing.
No!
Yeah. Just in passing, she's joking around,
Oh
and
my
she goes,
God.
she goes, oh yeah, no, he's like not, yeah. And she
Oh my
to
god!
like throw out a joke.
shit.
Yeah.
This explains so much.
Yeah, and
really
I am horrified because this gets back to me now from the girl. She goes, well, you know what your mom said. And I go, my fucking mom? Like, what a turncoat. You know
That's
what I mean?
horrible.
I'm
Moms are
like,
supposed to build their son's penis size up.
and blow
Yeah,
'em.
yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. But it was the first where I go like, oh, nothing's off limits.
Okay,
You know?
that makes a lot of sense.
And that was my first, and I was probably, I don't know, I think I was maybe like 15.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, do you think, because I mean, I was reading up a lot on this stuff, and they said that a lot of this comes from us having sort of a deep seated anger. And so I know when I joke with guys, it's 90% of the time straight guys.
Yeah.
So I think that I kind of go, well, they're the toughest, and they're the group I'm most angry at.
Right.
Because I'm angry at my dad that he didn't defend us, you know, when my mom was loud.
Right.
I'm angry with every relationship that didn't work out. So even though you like work on it and you get counseling through it all, I think there's just some deep-seated fucking anger. So you probably have some deep-seated anger that mom said your willy was small.
I do. I have deep-seated anger towards women in general because of my mother.
Yeah,
You know?
of course.
And it doesn't come out all the time, but it does. And, you know,
Oh, it comes out.
yeah, it comes out. It comes out a lot. It comes out in my comedy. It's
Yep.
kind of the reason why
Yep.
I probably started doing stand-up.
Well, I even said to you a couple weeks ago when you and Erica broke up, I was like, okay, you're sounding a little too edgy and too angry now.
Yeah.
It's because of the breakup, and I understand it. So by next taping, let's take it down a notch.
Why was I?
Yeah, how many times did you know how many
No,
times?
no, 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 no. You did take it down. But I
you're
think,
talking about-
but see, our anger just, I'll notice that too. It just creeps out.
At our live show, I'm pretty sure he said clam 25 times.
I know, and I enjoyed
I was,
every
yeah.
one of
I
them.
was,
Yeah,
I was
you were
throwing
still
pretty
in-
fat.
I
Yeah,
saw-
I mean,
yeah.
I was angry.
But you know what?
But it was a good show. Thank you for coming out.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
bought tickets,
thanks. So listen, all we have to
Because
say
it is funny. The
if-
anger's funny. It
anger
is.
is funny, but on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe if you're listening out there and you have a trouble, you're sparring with your friends, but noticing that they never call you back, work on your social awkwardness, your anger, your self-hate, your worthlessness. Well, not worthlessness, worthiness issues, and possibly your profound loneliness, because you're going to be fucking lonely if you start bullying everybody. Because, you know, I had to work myself up into a new friendship group.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, like I get dumped by this one, by that one. And also, by the way, if somebody fucking hurts your feelings, how about you tell them? I mean,
Yeah.
if Bo can have the balls to say to me, hey, that joke hurt my feelings,
Yeah.
you guys can have some balls too. It's hard, but isn't it better to preserve the friendship?
Yeah.
I think sometimes it is, depending on the friend.
Yeah, it's tough, but I mean, and then
Definitely.
if that friend can't hear, wow, that hurts my feelings without them. Like I remember I subscribed to the Rich Voss School of Insults, which is Rich Voss. He would make fun of everybody viciously, and then the
Yeah.
next night he would come up to you at the club and go, hey, Lisa, because he has that cute little lovable lisp. He'd go, Lisa, you know I was kidding yesterday, right? You know I was kidding yesterday. I go, of course I knew you were kidding.
Yeah.
So you felt safe with this guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Bo, I think you've learned a lot.
Yes.
I think you will not make fun of polka dots in the elevator.
I think
If
so.
only, you know what would have been great? If only in Goodfellas they had learned to communicate the way Bo communicated with his friend on the plane. Imagine Joe Pesci walks in and Billy Batts says to him, hey, get your shine box. Remember that, Nick? You know all this
do,
guinea
I
stuff.
do.
Get your shine box. He goes, hey, I don't shine
don't
shoes.
shine shoes no
yeah,
more. Things
things have
changed.
changed. And then instead of Billy Batts going back after him, he said, I truly am sorry. Joe Pesci's character called Tommy.
Tommy.
Your shoes are not shined by yourself. They are shined by others. And then they wouldn't have had to kill him. They wouldn't have had to lock the doors. They wouldn't have had to dug a hole. Like I never dug a hole before. Like
These
it's the first hole I
Italians, though,
dug.
They'll never learn.
That's true.
That's true.
So listen, am I right about that, Nick?
Listen, you are correct.
You are correct.
Can you imagine
sir.
it's just mafia movies? You change all the mafia movies. They're just like sharing their feelings.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you took my gambling customer from me, that really hurt, and I couldn't make my rent that month.
Well, I understand,
I
but
had to
when
kick
you,
up 20% to Paulie, and you didn't fucking.
I get it, but when you have fucked my wife, I had said, "Mom, guys, don't fuck nobody's wife." I mean, I know Ginger's beautiful, but Tommy, the little guy, you shouldn't unleash the little guy. I'm Ace. I'm your Jew friend. Casino. Just saw Casino. Oh my God. Before we get mired up in this, let's say our goodbyes and get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I'm hungry. And you know how I get.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. We love you so much.
Wait
Subscribe,
a minute.
like.
Wait. We have to do our sign off.
Yeah, that's why I was. Okay.
I hate you. Go fist yourself.
Do it.
Say it.
You got to do it.
Guys.
Guys, I love us. Fuck me. We'll be back next week. Maybe. I got it. Hey, thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.